we discussed what we thought the pricing was going to be, and everyone was losing their minds disagreeing with us.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still hearing it now with the Steam machine that it's going to be like sub £500. They're going to subsidise it for games.
No, they're not.
And we're saying, well, the more and more I hear from Valve, hear them talk about it, the more and more expensive this machine becomes.
Oh, yeah.
Just the language that they're using. It's a PC. It's going to be priced as PC components. That's the important part that they said.
Yeah.
Going to be priced as a machine with PC components, perhaps with a slight discount.
Yeah, and they need to make a profit on it.
They need to make a profit with it. So off the back of that, Linus, yesterday at the time of recording this, so last week for you guys, released a video where his team basically built one to the same spec with probably the same parts, priced it up, looked at the performance of what they'd get for their money, and they came to about $900.
Yeah, dollars, yeah.
Which, as we know, with most components, they tend to just go 1-to-1 on the conversion dollars to pounds. Sometimes more expensive in the UK.
Yes, generally more expensive, yeah.
So let's just say, for argument's sake, we're looking at £900 as a potential price for the Steam machine. I start really scratching my head at this.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with what I said before of 750 to 1,000. So in that bracket, depending on 512 gig or not. The other thing we do need to take into consideration is the absolute exponential increase in cost of RAM and drives, storage.
Yeah, storage,
so this thing ain't even out yet. Like, it's 2026, and if this keeps rising, the prices of RAM and storage, this thing could be $1,500 before you know it.
A lot of that depends on, have they already stockpiled components?
That's true, yeah.
I know that they're looking into the stories about the RAM stuff because I'm an obsessive geek. Firstly, it was like a 32 gig of GDR6 was the same price as a PS5 Pro.
Something like that, yeah. It was insane.
Which is insane.
Yeah,
anyway, I know the stories are that Sony have stockpiled a lot. Microsoft haven't for the Xbox. So we're likely to see prices spike for that. But this is all anecdotal nonsense, isn't it?
Yes.
But there is some truth behind that. Some of the bigger companies do tend to stockpile components when price rises might be coming. We heard about the RAM price spike that might be happening, I want to say 3 weeks ago, that it was likely to happen.
Yeah.
I remember you talked about it and you were like rushing out to get components yourself of NVMe and looking at RAM as well.
The drives. So that was a while back. I mean, it's been known for ages because of the whole AI boom stuff that storage is going to be really high. That's why before the Legion Go 2 came out, I was jumping on a 4 terabyte drive like as cheap as I could because I knew it would go up.
So have Valve done that as well? Have they already stockpiled the components they need, at least for the first run? I'd imagine so. They'd imagine that they're predicting to make 100,000, let's say, in the first quarter, and that they've stockpiled for that.
Yeah, hopefully.
But if that's the case, this is a double-edged sword. Either they haven't, and the price is a moving target now, and could be, like you say, up to like 1,500, or they've got an initial amount ready that's going to be the launch price, and then in 3 months' time, the price is going to have to go up by 50%.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Neither's a good situation.
Yeah, it was basically what's happened with graphics cards, where it's like, you can get this at this price, but then once they've sold one, they're like, quick, hike the price.
Double.
Yeah, well, you remember what happened with the 9070 XT?
Yes, yeah.
Like, and I literally managed to get one at retail, and like the next day it was like almost double the price.
Yeah.
It's like insane.
Let's play the game of it's the launch price forever. It's £900, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just ask you straight off the hip: is it worth it at that price?
It's so difficult because it's not upgradable. So
That's such a big problem.
Yeah, and it's a PC. The biggest
yes.
pro of PCs is that you can rip them apart and rebuild them. You can Frankenstein that bad boy, but you can't with the Steam machine. It's what can you do? Change the drive out. That's it. Like, arguably, the biggest pro of this thing is it's tiny. It's the size of what, like a can of Coke? Like
6-inch cube.
6 inches, squared, yeah. So that's small. You will be able to chuck that in your bag. It'd be great for LAN parties if anyone still does that. Like, no, but seriously,
still
like,
in the Xbox 360, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, yeah, I used to do LAN parties, but with a big chunky laptop that was far bigger than any Steam machine. But yeah, like the Steam machine is cool. Like being able to chuck that in your bag if you're going on holiday somewhere,
Undoubtedly.
like
Cool.
Like whatever, you could chuck that in your bag and it'll be wicked. So there is total positives there, and I still think it will be worth buying depending on your use case. It's just that longevity thing. It basically becomes the Steam Deck all over again.
It's exactly that. That's the problem. I was excited, really excited for this when the announcement happened. We had been fantasizing about it for maybe 6 months before, maybe even longer. Like, it's about time that they stepped into the living room space. I was excited at launch because before we'd heard anything, there was like, if they can make this to be a console price, like compete with the PlayStation and the Xbox for pricing, which in my head is a £500 price point, then absolutely they're going toe to toe. This is a really exciting time. When you're looking at it being more than a PS5 Pro, I start to really question it. Not for my use case or use case, or maybe even the guys at home's use case, because they're probably already in this world of like Steam, of SteamOS, and of PC gaming in one way or another. But for the wider market, if it's that price, it doesn't impact the wider market at all, which is what I hoped it would do.
Yes, if it was priced accordingly, then it could have made a real big dent in that. But yeah, I don't think people are going to be looking across from console thinking, let's spend 1,000 on something where I've got no games. It's the equivalent of a PS5, not even a PS5 Pro. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, it's another PC gamer specific thing, I think. Do you know what I mean? It will pull over some people, but I think it will be smaller than it could have.
Yes, it could have been really exciting. But they are Valve are a tiny company, like from an actual size of like the employee base and stuff. So there's limited amounts that they can do. I would, whenever time I hear that though, I'd argue that they're a massively profitable company. They do, they do really well.
Well, they don't do anything.
Exactly.
They just leech off other people's game sales.
And I think the Steam Deck did them really well.
Yeah, totally.
My hope was that as the Steam Deck and its pricing, at least at the entry point, was so exciting that it made a huge impact on handheld gaming, and it made handheld gaming relevant. I had hoped that the Steam machine would do the same for PC gaming in the living room. Yeah. And would open up this, and then basically open up a whole other frontier of gaming in the living room space, console-like, and all the rest of it. So, really, to give Nintendo and Sony a kick up the arse, like, they need competition, and Xbox ain't that competition anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do still think this will be that for the PC gamer. So, like,
for the PC gamer, yes.
Yeah, so because I always used to rock big desk, like I've got now, like loads of stuff on it, and then you go and chill on the sofa and you're like, oh, I want to play my PC, but I can't be bothered to be sat in a different room or on a desk. I just want to be chilling on the sofa. And some people will not be able to put a massive honking machine near their TV. Like, their partner might not be happy, their family, whatever, or maybe they just don't want a big unsightly box there, and then it's a pain because you got to get a keyboard and mouse and all this rubbish. Whereas the Steam machine will fix that. And it's not like intrusive. It's tiny. Like, it's far smaller than any PS5 or Xbox, so true. Even smaller than the Switch 2 when you think about it, because that thing's big, like, wide. So this thing can sit like discreetly with really capable performance.
Yeah.
And I see it like the Steam Deck. It's an accessory. It's your secondary thing. So you've got your big fat PC in your office or whatever where you play there, and then when you want to go and just chill out on the sofa, I'll just whack the Steam machine on.
I agree with all of that, and for that it's going to be great, and it's still exciting, and it's going to be a marvel, and it's going to be a cool thing to hook up to your TV if you can afford it. It's going to be great.
Yes,
I'm just disappointed the more and more I hear, because I thought this was going to be a bigger change in gaming than it will be now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that's purely because Valve can't subsidize it or don't want to.
That's the issue, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame, because if it was in the ballpark that everyone seems to assume it's going to be, around $500, £500, that would make a massive monumental change in PC gaming, but it just will not be that. I still stick to my guns there, and now more and more leaks and people like Linus coming out and saying actually it's more in the ballpark that we're saying just fills me with more confidence that our heads are in the right space. So until the official announcement of price, I'm going to stick with that 750 to 1,000, and we're just going to have to ride it out. I hope I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope for the sake of everybody that it is 500. And I'm not trying to be be a pessimist here, but more of a realist. Look at the cost of components. Look at the cost of the components going up, up, up. And look at the cost of building one yourself. You're already there. Like, you're already within 750 to 1,000. So,
do you think... So, here's the thing then. So, it's just for the enthusiasts, the marketing would say, which is kind of like a lot of the devices that we look at, like Lenovo Legion Go and Xbox Ally X and stuff. They're for the enthusiasts. Okay, cool. True. Does the fact that this is pretty much non-user serviceable dissuade the enthusiasts?
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, people are going to mod this, like hardcore enthusiasts that can solder, and real nerdy people that put 32 gigs of RAM in a Steam Deck and stuff. Those kind of level of people will probably love tinkering with this. The average enthusiast, like us, where that's like another level. It all comes down to the size is its biggest selling point at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that you can't tinker with it, like swap like the card out or whatever, is a massive downgrade, because in my opinion I'd rather just build a PC that I can upgrade over time, which is, I'm lucky because I have that already. I have a big desktop into my TV, but I'm trying to put myself into the position of I'm not allowed a big TV in the a big PC in the living room. I would want one. I would. I still think at that price point, I would want one, purely because I could stream my beefy PC down to it, with no latency on the same network. The use case of it is very, very cool. It's just that it kills the lifespan of it even quicker.
Yes.
It's a real tough one.
That's my final kind of thought on it. For the enthusiasts, we're well aware of limited lifespan of PC components when we're talking about how well they cope with new released games. And at least if you built one in a mini ITX, is it? I forget the name. Case. Yeah. You'll be able to take it apart. You'll be able to change the components yourself. You wouldn't have to upgrade the whole thing at once. You're looking at, I'm just going to do the RAM, or I'm just going to do the discrete graphics.
Yeah.
Because we're aware of that, I look at this and I go, for streaming, for emulation, it's the Steam Deck. It's the same argument as the Steam Deck, like you said, over and over again. For all those things, great. But could I, if I was sat there having a conversation with you and you asked me, is it a good investment? I'd go, absolutely, it's not a good investment. Yeah, it's not a sensible one.
Tough one. Yeah.
Build yourself one, and you know how to do that because you're an enthusiast and it's not complicated. Build your own one, stick SteamOS on it, and away you go.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it will pull in some of the lower tier enthusiasts that maybe can't build PCs.
There's part of me that I am attracted to it for its ease.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because of how life is and time is. I'm like, yeah, that's easy, and it'll work.
Exactly that, because I know a lot of people that are what like they'd consider PC gamers, and they are because they game on PC, but they are not enthusiasts to the point where they don't they don't build PCs. They'll just buy pre-built, or they'll go to a retail store and just buy one off the shelf, and that's fine because they load up their game and there we go. But if it came down to it, they wouldn't be able to even swap a graphics card, which is really, really simple. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that see this like you and go, actually, this is easy. I don't need to do anything. And okay, I might need to use upscaling or whatever, or maybe resort to streaming one day, but is that so bad maybe? Like, if they're really trying to get as much life out of it as possible, it might be fine for them,
It's a real, it makes you really torn, doesn't it?
It is, yeah.
As someone that my default position on what Valve do is I genuinely love what Valve do on pretty much everything. I think they normally make really measured, disruptive moves that are well thought out.
Yeah,
I still love the idea of it. I just, as more and more time goes on, its user base gets smaller and smaller in my head, and now I'm looking at it and going, this is not impactful, this is just niche.
AJ, I can't believe that you've just said that.
I can't believe it either. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest.
I don't either. But maybe you guys will know if you watch the full podcast.
Wow, that's a great enticing advert, Andy.
Yes, I like
Can we
it.
do something even more natural? Like, please watch the full show because we enjoy your company.
We do.
It's clicked right there. Why do I keep saying it clicked? Can't even talk. See you there.
Bye.